Let's get real. This is me in my normal, completely feral state. Is it normal? I don't know what normal is. And I thought I'd introduce you to what I actually spend most of my time doing, I guess as a druid. This is my garden. This is where I spend most of my time, especially at this time of year. Planting things, making things grow, and hunting slugs and snails at the moment. I thought, just to sort of celebrate 500 subscribers, woohoo! Yeah, small step for mankind, but a giant step for me. Thank you very much for your support and all that. Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little tour of my garden, of my little growing plot, and show you what I've been up to. This is what it looked like 18 months ago, January 23. Now, as you can see, it's completely overgrown and there's a whole load of stuff just chucked on top of other things. I had quite a lot of sorting out to do, so I basically cut all this down, pulled it up and composted all the thistles to make compost for the new beds. I've dug up loads and loads of brambles and yeah, spent something like the first half of 23 just clearing it and getting it ready to plant some stuff into. So this is what it looks like now. Lovely compost heap. Yeah, compost. I'll show you some of the right. This is an Ellison's orange apple tree. The Ellison's orange pippin. And some very noisy chickens. And I've just started this morning sowing a whole load of chamomile. I don't know if you can see that. Getting a bit closer. And the bottom of it, try and make some sort of chamomile lawn effect going on there. And here is my pride and joy. We've got, look, artichokes. Now, this has taken 2 years to manifest. I planted these last year and they survived just about a very, very wet winter. I thought they'd completely rotted away, but in fact they sprung up again this spring, and they seem to be producing an awful lot of chokes, and some of those are going to be ready to eat. One's going to be ready to eat very soon. And my other pride and joy, which is another long-term investment of time, are the hollyhocks, which are just about to start flowering over there. So this is my oubliette. This is where I do my sort of make my liquid feed in these buckets here. You can see, there you go, that was that's nettle tea, and this one, I'll try and put the camera in the right direction. This one is comfrey tea. I need to put a bit more water in there. The cage is sort of full of woody bits that aren't likely to compost particularly well. Okay, so this bed here, I've got my broad beans that are doing incredibly well. I don't know if we can, or maybe on the other side. show you some of those. It's very good broad beans anyway. And they're getting so tall, I'm starting to worry I might get giants climbing down them. Bit of rocket from last year. This strawberry here has volunteered from last year, or maybe the year, I don't know, I didn't plant it at all. It's a complete volunteer. It's looking very happy. I'm going to leave it to do its thing. Here we have the beans and squashes. I've just literally put courgettes in here at the front, and then there's also some munchkin pumpkins. They've literally just gone in, so they're very small. These are borlotti beans. Rather a lot of those got munched by slugs and snails because it's been so wet. But I've got a few survivors, and I shall probably sow some more. Let's see what we've got there. Here are French beans. These are purple ones. Look, they've got lovely flowers on them. See if I can get in. Just have a look at those. Beautiful little flowers. And these ones, these flowers here, are peas. These are looking a little bit pale, so I've been trying to feed them up with some nettle tea. Right, no, I put some comfrey on these as well because they're flowering. But these went in very early. These went in March, and half of them have got eaten by slugs. Oh yes, and some other lovely flowers here. This is, can you see them? This is alfalfa, which I'm not really planning on. You can see it's just, it's not very good close up, is it? I'm not planning on eating these. This is really just for the sake of the soil and what have you. But I really like the flowers. Next we have garlic coming up. Got some chives which have flowered. Bit of borage, because every garden needs borage, and that's, as you can see, that's just starting to flower there. That's beautiful. My carrots have not been too successful. They've all got eaten by slugs and snails, as you can see. That is very sad. Never mind. And here is my brassicas. I've got a whole load of turnips here. Far too many turnips. Let's see if I can get a better shot of those. And we've got some kaleets in the back, and kohlrabi, and there are some little Nero kales in the middle. Don't know if you can see all that. Around here we've got some garlic, more garlic, and tomatoes. These are black cherries and black Russian, and I've also sown some marigolds to keep them company, which I've just about to start flowering. There, there's the first flowers coming out there. Better view of the tomatoes. There we go. They just went in yesterday, so they're not doing anything very much. But I've got them in this old greenhouse frame. And back a bit, you can sort of see this old greenhouse frame, which I've basically just, I'm not planning on covering it, just using it to support some string, give them a bit of support as they grow, and we should get lots of lovely tomatoes off them. These black Russians seem to work better out of doors. I did try growing some indoors last year, and the ones outdoors were much more full of fruit, so I've decided to just grow them outdoors. They're a Russian variety, so they are probably good for this sort of climate. We shall see. and they're lovely. They're sort of dark, lovely sort of maroon colour, and they taste absolutely gorgeous. So, and here, just to finish off this bit, we've got the leafy greens and beetroot. So this is basically a load of chard and beetroot. I think beetroot hasn't really started doing anything much yet. Right, there we go. And this is this year's experiment. I've put in some sorrel. We'll see how that turns. Well, it seems to be doing rather well. I've eaten a little bit of it so far. It's very nice, lemony, and yeah, more chard. And then last but not by no means least, we've got the potato patch, which these were things that were going green in the vegetable bowl and volunteers. In fact, the volunteers at the back are probably doing better than the old potatoes from the vegetable bowl. They're not looking great. I need to give them a bit of TLC, but there you go. That's, oh yes, and one last thing, mustn't forget, mini me. This is my too big to be a bonsai hawthorn tree. It needs a bit of weeding at the moment, but you can see what I'm up to. This was a volunteer in a previous garden that I decided to put in a pot and see what happened. And I've been sort of training it and pruning it and kind of laying it like a mini hedge. And it's actually got quite a nice little bush-like structure. It all looks a bit mad at the moment, but yeah, that's a fun experiment, and it's quite nice to have a little mini me. So yeah, that's it. I'll see if I can zoom back, go back a bit without falling over, and maybe you can get a good overview. Let's go up here. So yeah, that is my beautiful little vegetable patch, and I'm really enjoying being able to share it with you.